Hello, I'm June Copp. I was brought up in the village. My father worked for Mr. Luttrell as a gardener, so I've always been interested in Dunster. I came to work here about 20 years ago. I was in the leather gallery one morning at 11 o'clock talking to another steward. The visitors hadn't arrived. They were just about downstairs, but they hadn't reached the first floor. And we were talking to the other steward, and I felt something on my hip, just very, very light. And I turned and there was no one there.
It was the end of the day when all the volunteers book out to say that they're not in the castle anymore, in case of fire. My wife and I were signing out, talking to the house manager, when we heard the piano playing. Well, there shouldn't have been anyone else in the castle at that time because they should have all gone home. So I went into the dining room, the house manager went upstairs, no one on the stairs, no one in the dining room, not a soul about. Yet the keys on the piano were definitely tinkling, not while we were there, but while we were in the hall waiting to go home. We don't know what it was even to this day. People have said it might have been a mouse, but we don't think so because we've got no mice in the castle. But other than that, I'm afraid I can't help you anymore.
It's strange, isn't it, the way you can experience something real, an actual physical sensation, when you're being watched. I mean, if someone is watching you, it's not as if their eyes are capable of actually doing anything, is it? Nothing actually happens. It's more a sense, a feeling that passes, I don't know, maybe just along one's shoulder, or like a shadow that falls softly on your neck. So the small hairs there stand to attention, as if they're the congregation and an invisible vicar bids them rise.
They feel it at the doorway. They can get a feel of presence, and they feel it very much, but they can't explain what it is that they feel. You can get a prickle down the back of your neck, or you can feel a draught of wind go past you. That could be a haunting. And just where you're standing is a doorway which leads into a secret room. And bear in mind, at that time, the wallpaper wasn't here, but it was wood panelling, which you're looking at the moment in that picture there. However, you could shut that one, shut this one, and you were supposedly safe. It was in fact King Charles II, when he came here to drum up support for the Royalists through all the castles of the land, really, to try and get more men to fight. He was sort of stuck here for a couple of weeks because there was a plague, I think, in the village, and he was absolutely marooned here. So he spent his time hunting on more. And then eventually he managed to leave. I don't know how much support he got, but there we go. The original kitchen, which is now a billiard room, and from that kitchen is the library passage. That is also supposed to contain ghosts. And I must admit, the atmosphere there is more slightly chilly feeling.
The Luttrells then owned it since 1376. The main part of the castle that you see here now was built in 1617 by the then Luttrell, and in 1680, some 85 I think it was, he married a very wealthy woman called Mary Tregonwell, and so that was the bulk of the castle built at that time in the Jacobean period. Of course, it was built originally as a fortified castle, and that is all that remains of the old wall, that bastion tower there, and the medieval gatehouse.
Yeah.
Because it got a fair bashing in the Civil War.